However, you did say a catch and release, and as much as we want better for these people, or I'll speak for myself, as much as I want better for these people, nobody wants to go to every single corner of their neighborhood and see panhandlers pushing into further into their neighborhood when they worked so hard to get out of those situations. So other than catch and release programs, what can a commissioner title period do to provide a a rehab of sorts to gear them more into an employment opportunity? Because a lot of those guys may be down on their luck, and a lot of those guys may have mental issues. But I think that the majority of those people are just accustomed to living a certain type of way, and there's no kind of forced hand to push them into a better direction. So what can the commissioner do?
We can only help those who want to help themselves. All right. We can't help the ones that just accustomed to the lifestyle because they don't want to be a productive part of society, because for whatever legal reason they decided, the hell with the government, I'm not going to partake in it. There's a lot of them we met out there. You know that. There's a lot of people who refuse, even though, but then there's the few, right? Like Clarence and Thomas, that we helped get back up. And Clarence was one that was an IT professional who used to make 3 times what I used to make. And all it took was to get him dressed up and get him into an interview. He didn't get that job because he was unemployable because of the time he was off. But he did get the next couple. And he's back to making $120,000 a year. And I've never seen or heard from him since again. It's those stories that I want to hear. The ones that write me, hey, all it took was a pair of shoes. Because I have those stories. I have a big guy named Terry who used to be this tall, couldn't work construction because his boots were so worn through. He had a hole and a piece of cardboard inside and a duct tape. But they wouldn't let him work construction. And so all it took was to replace his shoes. He went out to Texas. He got himself a job. And he wrote me many years later. He goes, I'm no longer homeless. I'm working full time. I got my own place. And I'm engaged to be married because you gave me a pair of shoes.
Wow.
I got countless of stories like that. You know, I've seen a homeless guy laying in the concrete after serving in the street, and he was in pain so much he could not move. And I told this guy, I'll be back. Let me take my volunteers home. And he thought I was going to be like anybody else who broke that promise. As late as it was, I came back, and we drove all around until we found the pharmacy in Publix on Colonial open that late. And I just had enough money in my pocket to get him the medicine for the next couple of days. And that's all it took to get Thomas. And he went to his grandmother's house in another state, and he helped her out. And from there, he started serving in his church. He opened his whole own homeless ministry over there. And now he's paying it forward. Those are the stories I care about. That's why I did it for 15 years. I didn't do it for the countless of people who don't want to help themselves. I did it for the very few who were so happy that they got the help, and they took advantage and they did it. Because I tell you, I helped strong men off of the street, put them in a hotel for a week,